Hello, this is Broyar, and welcome back to another episode of our Let's Play for F1 Manager 2024 as we continue our creative team run here with Broyar Racing. And we're still dominating. Absolutely dominating. We got Silverstone coming up here in 4 days. Let's go take a look at our car. Make sure we get any missing parts swapped out. I guess we'll put that on you. We are short a front wing there. A replacement for you at least. What are we manufacturing? We're actually not manufacturing anything right this second. Do we want to... Let's see. We got chassis. We got enough chassis for both cars. Oh, that one's down to... oh, sorry. It's 9% knowledge. Ignore what I just said. So that's definitely something we could do. We could grab us another front wing in time for the British Grand Prix, but we can only get one. So we probably want to keep it on car 2, but we still want to make one. Just so we have a spare going into this British Grand Prix. And then what else we got? Rear wings, we're okay, I think, for the moment. Side pods, we're okay for the moment. Suspension, I mean, we're basically okay for the moment. Not like we have a lot, but we are still developing or designing some more things, right? We got another front wing coming up in 3 days. That's part of the reason why I don't want to do more than just the extra one that we did. And then we got a lot of other stuff coming up after that. Yeah, I think that all works. Driver development control up to 97, smooths to 86. Very, very, very nice. I mean, Flavio's coming along. Definitely pales in comparison to her, but he's definitely coming along. Top speed showing up as lower, but that might just be because we have a slower engine on there. Obviously, we're better on everything else. Love how we're never in the spotlights on any of these things. It's just like, okay, whatever. All right, what we got? Cumulative. Oh, we're well rested here, so we'll just do some gym training. We can do quite a bit of gym training because for whatever reason, it's resets going into the new month. I don't know what's going on with that, but I mean, it's the game, so I guess we'll play it out. Pit stop drills. We'll be able to get quite a few done this month, which is good. Just one too many. All right. I'll get that and then come back down here. We might be able to sneak in one something, maybe a gym training here. Yep. And then back down here. Back to some more gym training. If we can double up on that. And some gym training and maybe one more. Stop drill. There we go. All right, well, let's just see if we can get the percentage. We're at minus 0.49 right now. 5.3. Like 5.3 is the best. And that is use tires off. All right, fair enough. That will work. Already got jacks pretty high up there. In fact, this one should cap out jacks more or less. Yeah, I think that's a good month of training there. Alrighty, back to this. We're about to have our design on our front wing done. We will go manufacture some of the front wing. So here's the question. I mean, how much more design are we doing? Are we just going to design to the end? Because at this point, it's like, whatever. I mean, if we did any more design, I guess we do suspension decks because we only got 4 of those. There's our second front wing. Now, let me see. Like, how are we looking on cost cap? I mean, according to this, projected indices is minus... Wait, what? Am I misreading this? Oh, that's just projected for the car. I was just having the wrong thing. So we're expected to spend another 6 mil on facilities. That drops us down to 55. These are negligible. Another mil there, 54. Another 7 mil there. So 47. We still have 47 million left in the cost cap. I guess we're still designing parts because at this point we're just gonna have some fun with this last season here and just go crazy. Because why not? We actually have 18. You know what? Do we want to do that on this? We did chassis, front wing, rear wing, right? I don't think we ever spent any on the front wing or the underfloor. Maybe we put some hours into the underfloor just because we know how good it can be. I was going to do the suspension, but I mean, just because we have hours available to us, maybe we just make this thing go crazy. Doesn't mean we'll have to do one more underfloor after this, but I think that's okay. All right, so yeah, usually I just do these 3. We're definitely going to look at the numbers over here and kind of figure out what we want to do here. I mean, this part right here is just going to give us a lot of expertise. So this is not specifically the part that we're looking to get the most out of. I mean, really cracking that up would be really nice. I'd like to, I mean, if we can drop these down without losing any positioning here, that's probably fine. Get the top speed as high as we can get it. Max out the dirty air tolerance as well. Probably bump the dirty air tolerance until there. I want to get the most top speed because I think top speed is going to be, I mean, it's way more important to have top speed than the dirty air tolerance because we're going to be leading from the front. I think we're technically losing a little bit here. We're gaining a lot of other stuff. And we're still going to be first across the board. So I think this is actually an okay part. It's a good chunk of top speed. I mean, I think this is fine. Let's go with that. I guess we've got 2 engineers available. So get it down in time for, I mean, we'll have it for Zandvoort, long before Zandvoort. But again, we're going to be making the other part after this, so it's not like it's really that big of a deal. Okay, let's just do that. Chassis in 9 days. I guess we're just going to keep going. Anything else we want to build? I mean, we got chassis in 9 days, so I think we'll hold off. Front wing, we do want to make some more of these front wings. It's going to be a little while before we circle back around to the front wing, so maybe we just go ahead and make 4 of these. And we won't have them for this next race, but we'll have them for the one after that. Rear wings, I mean, I guess we're not doing any suspension for a while. So let's do a couple more suspension because it takes a while to build. Make sure we have plenty of those. I think that works. Probably spending a lot of money on parts that we don't need, but at this point we're just having fun. And we're just going to finish out this season in a strong and dominant fashion, having some fun with it. It's a high-speed power circuit coming up next. We'll definitely want to run our best engine if we have it. We might have to buy more engines and other things, so I have to take that into account on our numbers. In fact, I'm probably... heavy rain. Come on, we're on a high-speed track and you're going to give me heavy rain. That's just rude. Probably what we want to do then is... we might want to just craft one of everything, just so we have that in our, in our back pocket of like knowing that we're definitely going to have one of these, right? We know we're going to have another ERS. So we're not going to use it right this second, but we have to build that. Gearbox probably will need... I want to hold off for just a little bit. Your engine, you're actually going to be fine on engines for a little while. You probably will need an ERS eventually. And okay, so we're fine on you as well for the moment. I think the ERS was definitely critical. And if we did one of everything, it's 5, 7.5, 8.5. So we're talking 16, 17 million. We've got a reserve, not counting the 2.5 we just already spent. So 17 million in reserve. Okay, I just gotta make sure I remember that. All right, well, let me... this is just practice and qualifying. There's no sprint here. Let me go do practice, and I'll bring you guys back for qualifying. All right, we're back. We didn't quite get to 100%, but we're gonna be close enough. It's not gonna be a problem. Guess we'll just run out soft parts here, or soft tires here. I mean, we could run the very fast engines for qualifying, but I'm not gonna run the fast engines for the race anyway. And then we'd have to, I think we take a penalty swapping around. Guess we're just gonna run these other engines and things. I mean, I guess we might as well put the good ERS on Seeing as your other one is basically damaged. And I guess we might be able to get enough life out of this to get one race. We might break down during the middle of the race, though. If it does, I mean, it's not the absolute end of the world. I just don't want to risk the new engines for a rainy race. That is the nightmare situation, is if we crash. So we'll just, this might, you know, affect us quite a bit here, but we'll run this out. We're still extremely fast. Oh yeah, for you, because I put on that ERS. I mean, we have to. We don't have a choice. All right. Run through this. Send you guys out here in a bit. I'll send you out a little bit earlier. All right, let's go, guys. I'm getting a purple in the final. Pretty good. She got a purple there, so yeah, we're just 1 and 2. I mean, he's gonna be a bit slower. It's fine. I don't think we have to run again here, so we're just gonna run this out. He probably will drop down a little bit, but she should be pretty secure. I think at most he drops down to 4th. Maybe 5th, potentially, but I doubt it. Again, this is with bad engines. If we put on our good engines, we're just smoking all these guys. We don't need to. We're not going to. We're not going to risk it. We'll just run it out as is. Did he keep it? He did drop down a 2nd. Or 3rd, I mean. That's all we need to do. Alright, let's put on these used tires. And nothing else changes. Let's go. Yeah, what we want to see is him getting purples and then her taking the purples, which means they're 1st and 2nd after that. I mean, he's still more than half a second behind her, but shouldn't be a problem. Again, he might drop down a little bit, but he's not going to drop down a lot. These guys are not making up 2 seconds, let's put it that way. It'll be a little bit hard for him to catch back up from being penalized with the rain and stuff, but we'll figure out how to make it work. Alright, and then same thing, just put on bad tires just for the first stint. And we will be running 2 stints here like normal. That works. Gonna run into some traffic on this first out lap. That's not a big deal. Really just to kind of get them warmed up more than anything. Oh, he is way behind. He really ran into traffic. She's close to her top speed anyway. Not much is going to change there, but we got to put him out on some good tires now. Hopefully not running into any traffic on this next outing. We really need him to have a good run because of his penalty. That was a good run. Up in the 124s. Oh, that's a perfect run. That is a perfect run. She actually just got sub 124 and he's only 0.03 of a second behind her. Yes. That is exactly what we needed. I mean, if anything, I would have been fine with him being above her. Just so she consumes one of his penalty spots, right? But, it's all going to work out. We know that even with not our best engines, these 2 drivers are extremely fast. Yeah, if he'd been first, he would only drop down to 11th, I assume. All right, is it just gonna be rainy the entire time? Really? What am I looking for that? Let's go here. Yeah, it's just literally gonna be wet the entire race. I mean, there's gonna be a few dips into inner territory, but not long enough to matter. So we are literally just gonna be running this. Nothing changes here. She can run hers long. I mean, yeah, there's nothing to change here. And then as far as parts, we're not gonna change anything there. I mean, we'll kick off a little bit fast here, although I'm a little bit nervous about it. As soon as we get any sort of lead with her, we're probably gonna slow her back down. He does kind of need to catch up. So this is going to be a crazy race. I hate rain. I'm not a fan of the rain. Well then, but it's part of racing. Man, it is coming down out there. And it's lights out and away we go. Let's go watch him for a little bit here. She actually dropped down a second. I'm kind of shocked by that. I mean, I'm not worried because she's way faster than he is. Although, that is on a dry track. On a dry track, she is significantly faster than Red Bull. On a wet track, maybe not so much. Who knows? I mean, we can run 124s on a dry track. 123s with her. Nobody can touch us in that. And we're not going to have DRS to help us, unfortunately. It really is just a matter of just getting in there. How is he so much faster than her? I'm shocked. I mean, it could be adaptability, right? Is adaptability the one that determines your well, adaptability in the rain? I think that's the one. And I mean, he's struggling too. Again, without DRS, which is going to be something that's a strength of ours. And again, we're running some very slow engines. So we might just accept the fact that we're not going to be winning this race. We're getting first and second and be okay with that because we're also not risking brand new parts in this race. All right, we're just going to drop you down to aggressive here. You can still burn, I mean, you can burn fuel for a while here. Let's speed things up here. Up with you. We'll drop you down to aggressive as well. Yeah, aggressive is fine. Although she's in first now, so maybe we go ahead and drop her back to, she can pull a second ahead. We probably will drop her down a little bit. Full second ahead. Let's get to 2, and then I'll feel more comfortable then dropping her down. I mean, damp we're not going to touch. Although, we probably want to go down to standard during damp. Because it's going to heat up our tires even more. Possibly even, you know what? We're going to go light during damp. We really don't want to heat these tires up too much. He's really struggling to get past anybody, unfortunately. And they're slowing him down overall. I mean, people didn't change tires, did they? No, they didn't. And there's some people pushing some tires. They're going to have to come in for pits way before we will. But we are definitely still... We're going to have to go down to conserve. We are drastically reducing our tire life, unfortunately, here. I mean, so is everybody else, but more than I would have liked. Alright, he's up to 10th. I mean, we're definitely have to pit an extra time, but so is everybody else, right? Like, this penalty we're taking to our tires, everybody's got to be suffering that. Yeah, everybody's suffering pretty much equally. Surprised that he's down to 70. Maybe he put on a conserve before we did. which is fine. We'll just pit based on what our tires need, not based on the strategy. Can't control, you know, whether it's wet or not. Hopefully get back to wet again here and we can cool the tires off. Alright, we're back to wet. We can probably go back up to light now. At least for you. You're going to keep on conserve. So you get... There we go. Go back to light. Keep pushing the fuel, I think. There's nothing wrong with that. Alright, then we go back up to standard. With both of y'all. Temperature's coming down nicely. Alright, I think we just settle in here. And we are going to, like I said, we're going to pit soon-ish. We're good for a while. Fernando's trying to get past 8th place. If he gets back up in the top 5 at the end of the race, I think we'd be pretty happy with that. Considering, again, we took a penalty. It's definitely not impossible for him to get all the way back to the front, though. Because he's got a quick car, even with the rain. Keep an eye on that. We don't want to get too cold either, because cold is obviously also bad for us. And we're just going to keep burning fuel for a big chunk of this first part of the race, at least, for sure. Alright, I think we can put you back on neutral. It's starting to dry up again. Really babe at the temperatures here. Somebody already got punctures. Because they don't know to come in early because of the fact that the track conditions change. That's pretty crazy. Alright, gonna go back down to conserve for both drivers. She's really not getting anything back in her ERS at all, is she? Man, punctures everywhere. What is going on, guys? People are being dumb. Alright, we're gonna stay out as long as we can here. If we can make it to our pit window, then fine. If we can make it past our pit window, fine. Because we're gonna have some more of these dips, right? This is not over yet. But pretty much as soon as we get below, I guess, 35, we need to come in. Which may happen before our pit window. It's hard to tell. Alright, we're back in wet. As soon as the temperature comes down enough, we can start bumping you up a little bit. Still at 40%, so we're still good for a little bit longer. He's back up to 4th, although I'm sure a lot of people around him have pit already. I'm going to ignore this optimal for right now. I'd like to push this as much as we can. We're not in risk of punctures or anything like that, so we're going to be good for a little while. Up to 3rd, but again, he still needs to pit. Pretty much as soon as he crosses the line sub 35, which he's not yet, probably the next lap, we will schedule his pit. Okay, we actually need to put a little bit of aggressiveness in here, keep some temperature in.
And here we've got a yellow flag.
Looks like he might be able to go one more lap. Not really burning much off of his tires. A little bit risky, but the longer we can go here, the better. Alright, we can go ahead and schedule your pit now. And of course, come out on your own. Because we only have one other set of wet tires. That's right. That's the good reason for us to, like, really try to get as much out of this as we can. 100%. I forgot we only had 2 of those. That is pretty bad, actually. That explains why these other drivers were running out there with punctures. Because they just don't have a choice. Let's come down to 2. Let's watch him come in here. We might have needed to go one more lap and risk it, but hopefully we can baby it a little bit better down here. Because I think we should have done a better job the first bit, and I think we can do that again. She's actually going to be able to make it pretty far, I think. Good pick. Come on, guys. 1-9. That's a very good pit. I'm happy with that. He's pretty far behind, but, you know. 7th? Can you stay in 7? Yeah, okay. We're working our way back through the pack here. We do need to get some temperature in here. We'll keep the engine going. We're just going to put you on top up while you're running around this out lap. And then once you get ready, we can probably push it a little bit more. As long as it stays wet. Obviously don't want to be going crazy when it's not wet. It's starting to dry up a little bit. As soon as we get temperature, we're going to do at least a couple laps of just going crazy here while it is wet. Okay, let's go full deploy. We're not going to attack or anything like that. We got to baby this tire, but I think we can go aggressive here. Okay with that. Now she's coming in at 35. I think next lap is when she will schedule her pit stop. Again, we might be able to go one more lap with her. I think if we baby her throughout this last bit, we should be fine. Alright, we're down in the teens. Top up, go back down to standard. Let's make sure we don't put any temperature in this at all. Do we need to come back on the fuel at all? Yeah, I guess we'll come back on the fuel for a little bit. No sense risking it. Alright, she's got actually a little before she gets back all the way around. Got to keep this basically in the white. Really don't want to go too much more than that here. If it gets down to blue, we'll go a little bit aggressive. If it gets up to yellow, we'll drop it back down. So we'll just kind of play it back and forth here. In theory, we should be able to get all the way to the end. Another 1.9. That's perfect. 2 extremely fast pit stops. That is pretty big for us. Once you get out here, we are going to top up. You're good. And I guess we'll go... Well, we'll stay on standard to get some temperature. Honestly, you don't need to do anything. You can... I mean, we do need to get the temperature here. Let's actually go ahead and go aggressive. We'll run it out. I guess we'll run it like normal. Okay, now we're down to damp, so never mind. Conserve and conserve. You might need to go light just for now, because you don't actually have temperature yet. But I think the temperature will start coming up here. Yeah, we're still gonna get a little bit of temperature here, not much. Other than these dips of dampness, when we were going to be perfectly fine running these tires out the whole way, but these dips of dampness are definitely hurting things. Come on. I mean, I could speed up the heating up, but, you know, I think we'll be fine here. And you already got your fuel back. I guess once it goes back wet, we'll probably push your fuel again, maybe. Alright, go back down to conserve here. If it gets wet again here soon. I mean, we should probably check the weather just to make sure like something didn't change. No, it's actually, there's a chance that we go back inners here at the very, very end. Once it goes damp here, that's actually we probably will go inners there, which means we don't need to get these wets to last the whole time. And we're sticking a little bit of temperature in the car, but that's all right. Come on, get wet again. All right, properly wet. Let's go aggressive. Let's go push. We're not really going to deploy here. Actually, we're not even going to go aggressive. We're just going to go standard. We'll push the fuel a little bit though. You're going to go standard. Just go back to balance for now. You're going to be fine. You can stay on top up though. Quite a ways ahead. Fernandez might be able to catch 4th here. I don't think he catches much more than that. They're just so far ahead. But it really depends on the tires. I mean, we got better on the tires, but see, that's the thing. If the wet was going to last all the way to the end, I actually think we would pass them for sure. We would have the advantage, but because it's going to get down to inter range, these guys will be able to swap to inters, and their tire situation is not going to be a problem. Now, unless their tire situation becomes a problem before, then it's not going to. So yeah, unfortunately, it did not play in our favor. Would have been nice if it had. Come on, Fernandez. Get past him. Honestly, we probably want to go aggressive here since we know we're going to be changing tires. Let's go ahead and deploy. Let's see if we can get past this guy. Maybe we can catch up with Lawson as well. Come on. There he goes. Catch Lawson before it gets not wet. I'll leave you on to deploy because you're about to get some recharge here. Okay. Go back to top up. Come back down to standard. Third place would be amazing. We gotta go back to aggressive. Third place would be amazing if we can stay into the third place. That would be actually really, really good for us. I mean, he is starting to catch signs here. It's not impossible. He's got to make his way through a bunch of lapped cars, though. Could slow him down a little bit. Really depends on what the AI does with the damp track here in a minute. It's going to be damp, and it's going to stay damp for the rest of the race. Damp in 4 minutes, and we're running what size laps? Or what? Almost 2-minute laps. 2 more laps. Well, we can run. We can be a little bit risky with her. He kind of needs to come in as soon as we feel like it's the right time. So, not this lap. Where is he? There he is. Maybe the next lap. Are these people coming out for inners? They are coming in for inners. So the AI is going to do the inner thing. Do we come in now, or do we go one more lap? We see what Signs is doing. Oh, he's staying out. Okay, he stays out. We stay out. I think that's the way it's going to go. But we will go ahead and hit for inners here, because we expect it to stay in enter range the rest of the time. We go ahead and attack and go ahead and just deploy whatever you got left. Just try to get something here. Yeah, it's going to heat up the tires, but at the end of the day, it's not a big deal. Ibanez can stay out one more lap, even though it's not technically the right thing. But I guess we will go ahead and pit her as well. Alright, so Signs is coming in. So whatever benefit we might have had, I guess we're going to be equal. So I guess at the end of the day, it's not like we lost anything. We are definitely going to be equal. Just need to get a good pit stop here. Even with coming in for pit, he actually had fast lap time, which is interesting. 2 seconds, we can handle that. That's good. And he should be right behind Signs. Is that Signs ahead of us? Right there? Not sure. That could be a lapped guy. We need to get some temperature here. We need to top up here. Keep pushing the engine, that's fine. Yeah, he's only 6 seconds behind. So this is a big deal. He could catch him in the next 7 laps. Definitely not impossible. Honestly, we can just be pretty aggressive on the tires here. Probably just go straight up attack the entire rest of the way. Come to think of it. 2-2's not great, but not going to matter. Gotta get past this guy, that's for sure, though. Are we not lapping this guy? Like, get out of my way. Get out of my way. Don't you have to get out of my way? I'm confused. Why is this guy... Yeah, get out of my way. Very strange. It's actually getting quite dry. Not gonna be dry enough to matter though, so... Or should take to the swap ring again or anything. So we can keep pushing these. Yeah, I don't know why he was getting in our way there. That was annoying. I mean, she can just kind of do whatever. Nothing she does at this point. Just needs to play a safe race here. Drop that down. Just be chill. All right, let's hope we can catch signs here. He might be able to. Just got a fastest lap. He's not going to have any ERS, though, to help him, unfortunately. When I get that the tires are hot, and we can come down to aggressive just to help a little bit, but I'm not super worried about the fact that you're cooking the tires. He's really just not going to be able to get enough ERS back for anything. Two and a half, 3 laps to go. I just don't think he's going to have enough. We might be able to harvest a little bit here. I doubt it. He's actually going to run out of fuel that he's able to push as well, unfortunately. He's just losing too much ground at this point. We can try to deploy here and just go full attack and just see if we can catch him before we run out of the fuels. I doubt it's going to make a difference, though. It's alright. Third place, like I said, was going to be good enough. And it is. And we came close. We came very close. Maybe if we'd done things a little bit differently, maybe we would have been able to figure it out, but that's alright. Third place after the penalty is a pretty big deal. And with us running, like, our not good engines. Like, we ran not great parts here. And so all of that combined, perfect.
Formula One's newest.
Yeah, I think that went about as good as we could have hoped. Sure, it would be nice to get him in second place as driver in the Drivers' Championship, but we still got time for that. And we did get all the points here, which is great. There we go. Looking good. I mean, still only 15 points behind. He could definitely catch signs very, very quickly with a couple good races. And we're set up, so we should be all right. We'll take a look at the car stuff here in a minute. But for now, we're going to go ahead and put a cut in there. When we come back, Hungary. I do appreciate you guys watching, though. May God bless you, and I hope you join me again next time. Thank you, and goodbye. I wanted to give a special shout out to the following channel members. Thank you so much for supporting the channel.